Hello and welcome back to another week with MexYCan English, a podcast made just for Spanish speakers who are learning English. We hope that as intermediate and advanced learners, listening in on our natural conversation using Canadian English, you'll be able to learn to understand natural conversation and begin to speak like a native English speaker. I'm in the room today with my buddy Jesus. How's it going?
Hey Tyler, I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great, thank you. Looking fresh today with a new haircut, by the way.
Thank you. You noticed that. Actually, I have a funny story about that. It was the first time in my life that I paid for a haircut.
Okay.
The first time in my life. So my mom is stylish. So when I was in Mexico, she always used to do that. And once I moved to Canada, my girlfriend used to do that. But then I got a point where there was so much hair right there, right?
Yeah, your hair was long.
Yeah, so we have to figure out how to fix it, and I decided to finally pay for it. So I went to the barber shop, and the girl just I showed a photo of myself just a couple of years ago, and I said I want to look at it this way, and she said, "Oh, but it will be great if we do this and this and this and that." And I said, "You know what? You win. Do whatever you want." And apparently she thinks I'm a rap singer, so I'm doing this. I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
I think it's a good look.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And how was... Actually, it's been a while since the last time we were here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we missed a week.
We took our March break.
Yeah, that's it. You were sick, right?
Right. So, let's get in the topic for today. Probably you didn't know, as I didn't actually, that Tyler is a really good writer. So let's take a look to some poems that he has written in the past, and just have fun with it. I mean, probably have fun or probably just get so sad with it or so happy with it. I don't know what's going to happen right here because I just read it like so fast. I didn't really pay so much time because I want the fresh and the first impression about it, you know?
Okay, yeah.
So
I am nervous for this one. I usually do not share my writing very much. So doing it in such a public way I'm more of a closet poem writer.
Okay.
And Jesus also writes some beautiful poetry, and you are more open with it. You post it on Instagram and stuff sometimes, right?
Yeah, I have this discipline of sharing something every week, every Sunday. It's something called Décimas. Actually, it's specific in Spanish. Actually, there's no this structure in English. It exists just in Spanish and in Portuguese as well because it's pretty similar. So I'm gonna read some of them as well, and let's see. Let's test your Spanish skills with them.
Yeah,
because probably it could be a higher vocabulary. I don't know, right?
Yeah, I think this will be very interesting. But before we start, I just want to ask one question. What inspires you to write poetry? Like, why do you write poetry?
Well, that's a really good question. I just like it. I mean, once I read the first poem when I was like 15 years old, it was for sure it was a really bad poem, but it was the first try, and I just liked it. I liked getting the product, getting the poem, and just thinking that it didn't exist just a couple minutes ago, or it didn't exist a couple hours ago. So that's the best part for me. But same question for you, Taylor.
Yeah, I found out a love for poetry at a very young age, actually. So in grade school, I entered a couple poems into like poetry competitions, and they did well. So it's like, hey, this is something I'm good at and I enjoy. Okay. And I still write a lot. Sometimes poetry, sometimes just writing the thoughts in my head to get them out. That's how I deal with often negative emotions. Okay. So you'll see that all of the ones I'm sharing today are more negative themed. It's not that I'm a negative person, I would say, but I use writing as a way to deal with things I'm overthinking about.
Yeah, that's basically therapy. I mean, super good for that. So I'm getting like better or higher expectations about it with a good explanation. So let's get into it. You want to start it?
Sure, yeah. I will read my first one. It's called In the Empty Space.
Okay.
So here we go. Oh, I'm nervous.
Oh, that's it.
In the empty space. In the empty space between the lines, I read a narrative that was not there. In every blink, I saw dual winks distracted by your twirling hair. In the silence, I heard words not uttered, butterflies singing a siren song. I was blinded by rose-tinted glasses, and now I can see that I was wrong. Mistaking fascination for an invitation, I misconstrued each conversation and shared a piece of my heart, but you returned it back in parts, leaving me with the implications. Imagined flames where I saw sparks. I can't lay blame. You were in the dark. And so the dream came to an end. At least we're friends.
Oh, that's a really good poem. My God. It's like a revelation, something that you were looking for, or that I mean, it was super good. I think you used this, I don't know how it's called in English, but in Spanish it's called paradojas. Like
Paradoxes?
Okay, yeah, paradoxes, which is, it's all about contrast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Getting something white and then something black, showing something cute and then something aggressive or violent. It's a really good poem.
Yeah.
I really like it.
That's why I chose this one as my first one to share, because it's one I'm most proud of in the fact that most of the lines kind of have double meanings to them.
Right.
So it starts with a phrase that means one thing, and then I tried to like flip that phrase into a negative sense.
And completely turn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do something unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one. And it's basically talking about that you got at the friend zone, right?
Got friend zoned. Not a good time. Yeah.
No.
So I was dealing with that, and then I wrote this one.
Yeah. So you see that it happens in every language, in Spanish and English as well. We all get in the friends someday.
Yeah.
And did you get it from a personal story or?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah. We ended up dating for a while afterwards, actually. So she got back to me and was like, "Okay, let's try this." Yeah. And we did for a little while. It didn't work out, but that's fine. We've both moved on.
Yeah.
In good places with our lives, so it's all good.
But the poem was before she got back, right?
Yeah, it was right after the first time I asked her out, and then she said no. Yeah. And then I wrote this. I was like, "What? I thought we had something." And then a few weeks later, she was like, "Okay, I'll take you up on it. Let's try."
Okay, that's a really, really nice poem. I think it's a really good exercise for learning English.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the vocabulary is not super high, but it's high enough. It's not so complicated. Right. So I really like it. Probably, I'm pretty sure that the people that pay the Patreon will read it, and we have a good chance to get into it and to learn some new vocabulary from it.
Seeing this podcast transcript will probably be very valuable, actually, just to pick up on all the phrases in each of the poems and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what a siren song is?
What, a siren song? No, I don't know what it is. So where's? Oh, yeah, I got it. A siren song. Yeah, when an ambulance is on the street, or
no. So
no, I got it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, a siren is in Greek mythology. Mm-hmm. They're like mermaids that sing, and then they lure people to their island and they crash their boats.
Right. Yeah, I just got that part.
Yeah.
Butterfly singing a siren song. Yeah, that's a really good phrase.
Yeah. Well, let's hear one of yours. I'm very excited to hear yours.
Really?
I know that I've read some before, and I know that you're very talented.
Oh, so. Thank you. I'm not really sure it's going to be good after reading that.
Thank you. But, I'm sure it will be.
Yeah, so as I told you, something called décimas, which is in Spanish, speaking Spanish. So let's see. Let's test your Spanish skills, which I know you have really good skills. And it's a short poem. And it's also about the rhyme. So I'm gonna read it to you and also feel it. You just feel the rhythm and the rhyme. So,
nice. So I love that.
Yeah, it probably will be so interesting what you think about it. So it is called libres, which means free. Right. Qué belleza la de amarse, compartiendo voluntad, aceptar la libertad que se tiene al entregarse. El cortejo es una fase y el cariño va consigo. Me concibo así testigo de su gesto enamorado. Puede ir a cualquier lado, pero quiere estar conmigo.
Interesting.
Do you feel the rhyme?
Yeah, I love that part of it. The fact that it follows like a rhythm.
Yeah.
There's something very talented and difficult in writing that too.
Oh, yeah, it's actually easy to think about it.
Yeah.
You can make songs from it really easy because it has the same rhythm. All the structure is on the same rhythm, so you can just sing it if you want it. But did you get the topic?
Sort of. Do you want to explain it a little bit?
Sure. It's just basically about two people that slept together, and at the morning they just realize that they want to be together. They want to continue together. Yeah. And it was my way to try to keep away all those ideas about how you have to be in a relationship. That you have all those I call toxic things, like you have to be jealous or you have to try to catch the other person. All those things. Instead of that, you proposing that she can go to everywhere. She may go to whatever she wants, but she wants to stay with me.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, she's free to go whatever she wants, and even though she wants to stay.
Yeah,
that's the main idea.
Okay, that was really good.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So that is how the decimas are.
Okay. Are all of the poems that you write following the structure, or do you do more free poetry as well?
More of my poems are in this structure. Okay. I have another ones that are with a free structure. Probably I can read one of them, but most of the one I wrote is following a structure, either decimas or sonetos.
Okay.
I think there are sonnets in English, right?
Yeah.
I think Shakespeare used to write some of them.
Okay. Yeah, at the beginning, when I was younger, more of my poems followed a structure. Okay. So like a certain amount of syllables every line. But in the last years, I've been doing more free poetry. So it doesn't really follow a prose. I just like to get the themes and the words and do lots of wordplay and stuff like that. So I feel less restricted by the rules, and it lets me just get every idea out without spending so much time on fitting it in.
Yeah, that's right. You can feel more free doing that.
And yeah, it's easier personally for me to write and get the feelings out, but maybe it doesn't read as nicely if I'm doing it publicly or something. But
I think it was super nice. You can read it in an open mic, on a Thursday's night, and it will work perfectly. Yeah,
it would be fun to go more public with.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever.
We gotta do something like that someday and probably record something there.
Yeah.
show to the audience how it's being in a bar here in Canada.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So let's talk about the next one. Do you wanna? Is this one the one you're gonna read?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is very, very, very heavy.
Okay.
Like this one is, I don't know. You'll know. It's sad.
Okay.
Just the title, I think, is pretty obvious. Crumpled on the bathroom floor.
Okay.
You can just tell it's not going to be a really feel-good, happy one, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be a happy one, but it could be. The sad thing is also super interesting, so...
Right.
Let's go on.
Okay, so can you scroll down as I read it, please? So, it's called Crumpled on the Bathroom Floor. This one's a little bit longer as well. So, let's go. Trembling, I enter the bathroom, lock the door, and strip down. Step over the edge of the tub and twist the handle. The room quickly fills with steam as water pours over my body. Mentally exhausted, I rest my head against the tile on the wall, body shivering, even though the handle is turned sharply into the red. My brother, my best friend, is currently on an operating table. Scalpels and surgeon tools picking at his heart, trying to keep that small heartbeat from dying out, after his body was thrown through the windshield this morning, staining the snowy ditch crimson red. World changed in an instant. I shudder out a breath, hardly believing it could all be real. I hear the phone ring upstairs, the frantic patter of my mother's footsteps as she rushes to stop the shrill summoning call. To learn if there's news from the surgery. The world is shut down from a pandemic. We can't even visit the hospital, so we pace and lay in our beds, anxiously waiting and praying. The world stops as I strain to hear, my own heart pounding like a bass drum, reverberating to my soul. The phone call ends quickly. I hear the phone clatter. There are no more footsteps. but I hear a wail. A sound you should never heal. A sound you should never hear from your mother. It will haunt me forever. I crumple to the floor, steamy water battering my pale frame, face pressed in the thin puddle at the bottom of the tub, laying naked, stripped of all feeling. From dust we come, to dust we return. Strength draining away like the water droplets crushing me from above, collecting my tears and spittle and carrying them far from me. Inside this glass cage, my world breaks to pieces. I'm a sad mess of pale flesh, curled up on the floor, soul stripped bare. Fingers softly rap on the door. They don't need to tell me the news. I can't even muster the strength to respond. The water and the steam and the sorrow leave my lungs gasping for breath. The fingers tap on the wooden door again. Mom's broken voice calls my name, but I just lie in my misery, waiting for the water to wash me away. I'm so pathetic. I can sense she has turned away from the door. She knows that I know. The clear walls around me make a coffin, encasing the part of me that died today. I don't know if I'll ever get up. Today might be the end of us both.
Wow. That's so deep.
Yeah. So that one's heavy for sure.
Yes. I mean, it's basically, I think it's basically a panic attack. Don't you think that is? Or
yeah.
Like, for sure, during the pandemic, we all get in this weird mood because everything was going like super strange. We were not prepared for it at all. I even remember that just once, 1 week before everything started, I was paying for a race that was supposed to be in July. So I was thinking in the future, and I even remember that even a couple of days before everything just exploded here in Canada, I was in a bar with my girlfriend just chilling out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then everything changed in a second, right? Even the news were talking about the pandemic and what is going to happen. We don't really get into it until we get in trouble, right? Mm-hmm. Until we suddenly have 500 cases in one day, and then a thousand cases in one day, and 5,000 cases in one day. So it was basically like a war for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we all can get in either in panic or anxious, or even depressed with the pandemic thing. So I think we all relate with this poem.
Yeah.
Everyone felt the pandemic in a different way, and you explain it. You are explaining it in a really bad way, or how you spent that time. I mean, is it related to? I assume that I'm assuming that it happened, right?
Well, the whole story of this is not true, but it is based on something true. So last year, I was at my parents' house, and I was quarantining in their basement after coming back from Mexico.
Okay.
And my sister had 3 heart attacks in 2 days.
Oh.
And she had to have surgery where there was like a 30 or 40% chance that she would die.
Okay.
And I didn't feel like putting those details into the poem because that made it feel too real, and I didn't want to write a poem where she died. Okay. So instead, I changed the story a little bit, and I made it about a brother who got in a car accident and died instead. Mm-hmm. But this idea of being in the shower and hearing the phone ring and having that anxiety be about what the news would be was real. Because I was in the shower and really stressed, thinking about the fact that my sister was having the surgery and we couldn't visit her. And like, what if she didn't make it through the surgery? And then hearing the phone ring and my mom walking to the phone, it was like, who's calling? What's going on?
Yeah.
And then it was nothing. My sister's doing well. She's recovered very well. Yeah. But afterwards, I just took that really heavy feeling of what I felt in the shower at that moment and put it into a story.
Yeah, that's super valuable. I mean, when you get in art, a specific moment where everything may change in that moment, right? Mm-hmm. If you received the bad news in that moment, so probably all the world changes in that moment, right?
Yeah.
So you're representing that moment where everything may change in your life.
Yeah. I've never shared this poem with anyone, I don't think. So you guys are the first to hear it.
Cool.
I definitely didn't want to share it with my family because it was so heavy with all that.
Yeah.
I did not, but...
So probably you should write it in Spanish instead.
Yeah.
Because now it's on Spotify and everyone
yeah,
can
now
hear
the
it.
world can hear. But it's fine. It's a year later. She's doing better. She has permanent heart damage from it, but she's doing well. So
Okay.
yeah.
Wow, it's super. I mean, I'm just shocked. It's a really good
That one
poem.
was really heavy. Like, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
No, I mean, the story is really, it's super deep and super personal. But the poem is so good.
Oh,
The poem is certainly good. So I really like it. And thank you for sharing it with us and sharing your life with us. I really like it. I'm going to keep it for myself to read it later and probably just... there are some poems or some literacy in general that you like to read and read again and read again and read again. This is one of those. I want to keep reading.
I appreciate that. Do you want to read another one of yours?
No. Yes, let's try to read another one. So, you want something sad or something?
I mean, whatever you want.
Yeah, at this point, nothing is sad. So, okay, let's read something to keep it the same way.
Yeah, another sad one?
Yeah, another sad one.
Okay.
This is called La Despedida. You know that one in Spanish, that meaning, right?
The goodbye, right?
Yeah, despedida. So, ¿será prudente besarnos o solo decir adiós? ¿Será que estamos los dos urgentes al abrazarnos? No quiero soltar sus manos, no quiero emprender la huida. ¿Por qué ha querido la vida enviarnos por otro lado? Lo bueno de haber amado, hoy duele en la despedida.
Oh, man, getting hit in all the different feels now.
You get it?
Yeah, that one's so sad.
Yeah, that one is basically the point where a couple is saying bye.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, so I think we were never taught how to say bye to someone, right?
No.
Especially to someone that we were in love.
Mm-hmm.
So it is trying to make that moment longer. So should we kiss each other?
Yeah.
Should we just keep hugged? Or I don't know. It's like I don't know what to say when we are saying bye. And in this moment, everything, all the good things that we live together are just feeling bad right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a really, really good one. I really like that one. I feel sorry for anyone listening this week because maybe they came to this podcast thinking they'd listen to a fun conversation and we're just doing themes of death, themes of heartbreak,
Yeah, right.
themes of friend zoned.
Oh yeah, and yeah, but it's
themes of love.
Yeah, we got a couple of things of love. So it's also about life. I mean, and I think that especially with social media as present as it is today, we want to share just good things. Look at my perfect life and look at my how happy I am and all those things. I think life is also about bad things.
Yeah.
Life is also about bad news and sad things, and we are not all the time so happy.
So get sad with us.
Yeah, so get sad with us and just feel it and go with a ball and try to learn some language. And also probably if you get a girlfriend or a boyfriend in the future, someday you may break up and you can have some text for it.
There you go.
Some vocabulary for your breaking.
What a great bonus.
Yeah, we're thinking in everything.
Yeah.
So we're preparing yourself for everything, for every scenario.
Yeah, that's why you should be listening to MexYCan English because we prepare you for anything.
Yeah. Okay, so you have another one, right?
Yeah. Okay, so this one is a story. It's not a poem.
We continue here, right? Up to here?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to make sure because I screwed up the last time.
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
Yeah. I'll just read it. It is called The Visitor. She's sitting on her porch, enjoying the sunlight and sipping on a hot cup of tea. The birds are chirping, and she's soaking up the moment, listening to their song and appreciating the peacefulness of the summer day. Her moment of reverie is broken as a young man strolls up the steps and pulls up a chair across from her. A little startled, she faces him and gasps, bringing her hand up to her chest. "Can I help you?" she asks, voice trembling a little. I'm so sorry, says the man exasperatedly. I just need someone to talk to right now. She watches him for a moment. He has brown, shaggy hair and a sparse beard, dressed nicely in dark jeans and a fitted sweater. A gap between his front teeth that gives him an innocence and sense of trustworthiness. Go on, she says, prepared to hear him out. My marriage is falling apart. It's been tense between Kaylee and I for years already, but it's reaching a point where we can't even stay in the same house. I work my job because I need it to pay the bills, but I hate every minute there. I hate it at work, and I feel like I can't be in my home anymore. I lost my dad, and now I'm losing my mom too. I just don't know where to turn. I don't know what to do. Looking up at the sky, he lets out a shaky breath and continues on describing his situation. After about 20 minutes of talking, he stops, face buried in his hands. She looks at him with soft eyes. Can I grab you a cup of tea? She asks. I have some in the kitchen. No, he replies. No, it's okay. I'm so sorry to be bothering you with all this. Are you sure? She asks. It's very good tea. I'm okay, answers the young man. He glances up and says, It looks like it's time for me to go anyway. Oh, so soon? She murmurs. Well, it was very nice talking to you. Hopefully we will meet again. Yes, I would like that very much, he says, wiping a tear from his eye. Leaning in, he gives her a big embrace and then stands to his feet. I love you, Mom, he says, as the nurse grabs the back of her wheelchair to bring her inside. She smiles to herself as the nurse wheels her back into the nursing home. That was a nice visit. His smile reminded her so much of the man she married. She could trust a man like that.
Oh. He got his son, right? Or
yeah.
Yeah.
And she has dementia.
Yeah, right. Wow, it's a beautiful story. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about something real, something that happens here in Canada, especially in everywhere. But I've seen that so much more often here in Canada than in Mexico. So it's about life, right? It's about some things that you may be used to doing, like having a family or having a couple or your parents, and then everything may change. Or it's also a good reminder that we should appreciate our family, our parents, because we never know. They are getting old as we are getting as well. So sometimes we just need someone to talk with. Even if the person in front of us can't fix our problems, sometimes just talking with someone is super refreshing and good for us.
Yeah, I wrote this one during the month of October, 2 years ago, I think. And there's a thing that writers and songwriters and artists do in October. It's called Inktober or Songtober, and there's a list of prompts for every day. And then every day you use that prompt to make a work of art, whether that be a drawing, a painting, a song, poetry, whatever.
Okay.
So I tried writing a story or a poem using the prompt of the day every single day that month. So I did that with this one. I forget which word it was. I think it might have been teeth. So I included that in the story. Yeah, I just wrote this and I wanted to explore the theme of dementia. So that's how this came.
I really like it. It's another good poem, a good story, because it's a little bit long for me, a poem, but I mean, I really like it. Yeah, you're really a really good writer. You should share all these. I'm pretty sure that you will get a good public or good audience for these, because I really like all them. Yeah, especially the second one was my favorite. But
yeah, it's heavy.
It's heavy, but it was my favorite one. But all of them are super good. I'm actually excited for reading something else about whatever you have written.
Yeah.
Or probably in the future, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff stored up, actually. I just haven't shared it.
You probably should publish a book someday.
Yeah, maybe someday. Maybe before I die. It'll be my legend.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have one more that you would like to share?
Yes. Something not as deep as this, but just trying to get relaxed with this.
Okay.
So the last one from me, it's called senderos, which means like basically ways or alleys, right?
Right.
¿Por qué si ambos se quieren no se atreven a estar juntos? ¿Por qué seguir cual presuntos, ajenos de lo que tienen? Seguir su vida prefieren, sus bagajes son ligeros. Carecen de compañeros, pero las dudas comienzan. Ojalá que se convenzan y que junten sus senderos.
I like that one.
You like it?
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah.
I like the one line, sus, how do you say that word? Bagajes?
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 Bagajes,
Son
yeah.
ligeros?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like that line.
Yeah, it's basically about two that are used to live alone or by their own with no one around them. So like they just fell in love.
Yeah.
So they are hesitating in enjoying their lives. And I'm just hoping that they get together someday.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like it.
Thank you. So I think... So it was a really good session.
Yeah, this was an interesting
It was a really good
week.
therapy for us. and I hope we can repeat it in the future because I think we had a really good time here.
Yeah, maybe we can do a part 2 of this someday.
Yeah, sure. So let's see how it works. So don't forget to share all the episodes with your friends. You can learn natural vocabulary to speak English. As Tyler always says, it is specifically targeted for Spanish speakers. It will be great if someone who doesn't speak Spanish is also listening to us.
Yeah, more than welcome.
Yeah, and they are learning Spanish and English at the same time.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So thank you, Tyler, for this episode. And thank you guys for being here. I think that's pretty much it, unless you want to say something else before we
just
finish.
Thank you for sharing your poems with me and with the world. And yeah, thanks for listening, everybody.
So see you soon. And we are MexYCan.